Ooh, ee. Ooh, ah, ah. Ting, tang. Walla, walla, bing, bang. These are such words uttered by great philosophers of our centuries. Socrates, Aristotle, and alvin! That, however, was uttered by none other than Dave Seville, who was arch enemies with Ian Hawke.
I told you, Dave. I never lose.
And already you have a phenomenal dynamic rivalry. Ian Hawke representing the exploitative nature of Hollywood. Always searching for more, never being pleased, doing whatever it takes, whether it means drinking hot chocolate or stomping down even the child stars. And then we have Dave Seville, the one that will fight for his children at all cost. A great loving father who has his morals correct. He is a failed musician, but only failed because he knows what he wants and he's not going to conform his image to those such as Ian Hawke. He's in it for the love of the game and for his passion of music. And that's what you really need nowadays. W. Dave. Every single thing about him is what you need to strive for. So what makes these two complete opposites need to beef in such a great motion picture like Alvin and the Chipmunks, you ask? Well, the answer is simple. Dave finds chipmunks. Chipmunks can sing. Dave needs money. He has a friend, Ian Hawke, who is a music record label owner. He brings them to Ian Hawke. Ian Hawke exploits the chipmunks. Therefore, the feud begins. Ian Hawke was already just a jerk to Dave before, but this is what really pulls out the strings in someone. When you mess with my son!
You see my beautiful angel son, Cal?
What's up?
I love him so much. This is my only son.
Now, if you haven't already watched this movie, please stop this video, go on HBO Max, and turn it on. Please. Because there are intense spoilers in this video, and I do not want to ruin your viewing experience, because this is, as the title suggests, a masterpiece, especially for the time. This movie started a whole trend of animated cartoon characters coming to live action and doing crazy things, like the Smurfs, or Woody the Woodpecker, Yogi Bear, Chip and Dale. All of these movies came from Alvin and the Chipmunks because Alvin and the Chipmunks was just such a success, because it was a masterpiece. Hey, movie companies, all you need to do to make a lot of money is to make a masterpiece. Follow Alvin and the Chipmunks rules. Speaking of rules, if you're already not impressed by the whole movie story already, then I guess you're not someone easy to please, because that was incredible. But after studying creative writing, media, strategic materialism, and Capital One in Oxford, I was able to learn all about storytelling. I got my degree in it as well. You're welcome, Mom. This is a thing that we study back at home in Oxford called the hero's journey.
Think of it as a cycle. The journey begins and ends in the hero's ordinary world, but the quest passes through an unfamiliar, special world. Along the way, there are some key events.
And basically, if you want to make a good story, you gotta follow these principles, or these steps, should I say. And I have studied Alvin and the Chipmunks so much in the past year that I've been able to conduct which part of the movie sets with which. And let me tell you, every single one of these steps is hit in Alvin and the Chipmunks. For those of you still calling out the hero's journey's a legitimacy, the hero's journey was used in such stories such as Harry Potter, The Lord of the Rings, The Hunger Game. Shall I go on? Listen, the hero's journey is classic. You cannot go wrong with the hero's journey. Just ask Dan Harmon. He'll tell you all about it. Let's leave away from the hero's journey stuff for a little bit, because I know most of you swines out there will click off the video if I go too in depth about it, because I know you guys have no attention spans. Thank you, TikTok. And let's get over to something that everyone loves. This movie is a musical. Okay, alright guys, calm down. I understand a lot of you guys don't like musicals, but that's okay, Because in this musical, we only have like 30-second songs of like hit covers that you guys probably already love. Yeah, okay, and see, there it is. You see, we've thought about all the different measurements it takes to make a good fan. What? We thought about it all. We have everything in this movie, which makes it even more of a masterpiece. Now, before we continue going, I want you guys to decide something for me. Who is your chipmunk? Who is your favorite? Tell me down in the comments right now. All right, we have Alvin, of course. Oh my gosh, I hate Alvin. We have Simon, the smart one of the group. Let's say the scholar, as well as his favorite color being blue. All right, so that's my favorite right there. And then we have Theodore, a good little man, but he's not Simon. Let's be clear. Theodore, sometimes I just want to hit you, bro. You're too dumb. You gotta wake up. Anyway, which chipmunk would win in an all-out duel to the death? Just their hands. Honestly, I think Alvin would win it because Alvin is the most selfish, disgusting, heinous chipmunk of the three. He would kill him no matter what. He would kill him for microwavable waffles. What am I talking about? Now let me just explain the hook of this film. Alright, because it's truly a work of art. What a beautiful looking forest. But what is that noise? Let's listen. Oh, beautiful. See, this is an ironic song because those chipmunks are about to have a really bad day. But besides that, watching these chipmunks for the first time on screen, at least in the motion picture aesthetic, it is truly a sight to see, especially if they are out here singing their heart out. All right, they're already cute enough, but you see them fending for themselves out in this forest and nature. We all know how cruel nature is. That's why we hid in our homes. That's why we have electricity. That's why you're watching on YouTube, because you don't want to go outside and get bitten up by flies. Instantly, after you hear them singing this a cappella version, this glee freaking song, you instantly want to protect them, give them everything that they want, give them their needs, satisfy like every single possible thing that their heart could desire, because they're just so cute. But then you start hearing a growling noise. You think it's a beast of the feather at first. You realize it is man, yes, us, destroying his home, taking it out from under him, and just like that is swooped out from under them, and they fall, and they just watching it all crumble down, everything that they've built for themselves in the last 20 years of their life.
He made it angry!
And all of this is just because of American capitalism. Let's just take a moment to think about that concept for a second. Okay, yes, let's keep going. You see, in the hero's journey, this is what would be called a call to adventure. This is when our heroes are swiped out from their plush status quo, and then they are brought into the spectacular world, which is the human existence, all this technology and everything else in the world. But before we do, let's check in on Dave. Let's see how he's doing right now.
I'm awake. I'm up. And I'm late. Pants. I need pants. Pants are essential. Claire.
Dave.
Oh, hello. Who is this? Dave, it's time to show off our Riz. I taught you some stuff. Let's see it.
Hey. How's it going? I haven't seen you since, since you said you never wanted to see me again.
So I guess it worked. I'm old Dave.
Not following you.
You can't handle a serious relationship.
Well, that was the old Dave. How about we get together and talk about the new Dave over dinner?
I...
Tomorrow night, my place.
I...
Great!
No.
look good, Claire.
Oh, wow. Dave, what was that, man? What was that? She don't want you no more. Holy smokes. Hopefully you'll have a better day soon.
Where are we? Well, I think they've remodeled our forest. I like it. Stylish, yet functional. Well, where did the mountains go?
Dave! Hey, you ever seen the view from the 80th floor?
No, they never let me pass the lobby.
What? I can't.
Mr. Seville, can I offer you some muffins, scones, pastries?
No, I'd hate to be a bother.
Really, it's no problem. We also have an omelet station.
Omelet station.
Can I get you some water or a soy latte? How about a shot of wheatgrass juice?
Maybe later, thanks.
You see, it's stepping up for him now, alright? He's the man in action. All these ladies want him now. Is it because he's about to make a record deal, supposedly? Oh. Are they gold diggers? We'll see. The answer is yes.
My sweet love, if you die tonight, I'll wait on the other side to pull you through the abyss of death.
Wow, Dave, that song was absolutely horrible, Dave. I don't know what kind of spell you're trying to create, but hey, upload that on YouTube, Dave. Make yourself known, and then eventually you'll get somewhere, Dave. Don't give up on your dreams, my boy.
Song sucks, Dave.
What?
I mean, I need something new. I need something fresh. I need
that is
the next
new.
big thing. If I wasn't your friend, I'd say, Dave, go right back out of this office and you'll get there someday, but I am your friend, so I'm going to tell you that there is no sense in writing songs that no one is ever going to sing.
You see, this is the cruel, true reality of what the music industry is like. No one understands you. You gotta make them understand, though.
Can I get some of that water?
We ran out.
Out of the way! Alvin, slow down! Move your butt, Theodore! Ouch! You stepped on my tail! Ugh. Whoa! Last one to the door is roadkill. I'm in! What are these shiny things? Theodore, we're leaving now. Oh! Okay, this wasn't my best idea. Look out! Back to the tree! Back to the tree! Back to the dog! Back to the dog! Basket! 3 o'clock! Which way is 3 o'clock? This way! Guys, wait for me! Jump, Theodore! You gotta really want it! I want it! I want it! I can't hang like this all day! Will you jump already? Ooh, muffins!
And that's when Dave meets the chipmunks.
Were we disturbing you?
Wait, you guys can sing too?
That's not singing. This is singing.
This is amazing. Here, everyone inside.
Whoa!
There you go.
Thank you.
They are in the unknown world and they must fend for themselves. And not only do they fend for themselves, they have trials and error, which is when Dave steps in as the helper from the hero's journey, and he teaches them how to act like real kids.
You guys sing my songs, you get to sleep here.
No. Wait, is breakfast included?
I can live with that. I don't want to come home and find a bunch of rabbits and skunks on my couch.
Filthy creatures, Dave. Never associate with them. Yeah, you're our only friend.
No. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Let's just start with me being your songwriter. Want a plane that loops the loop hoop. Hula hoop.
And from learning, they learn new skills and they grow some more.
Christmas time is near. Time for toys and time for cheer. Please, Christmas, don't be late.
Welcome to Jet Records.
But they start getting lied to by Uncle Ian, and he takes them away from them like an instant, and he lies to them, and he cheats them, and he takes them away from their loving father, Dave. Because Dave is scared of commitment, that we learn, and we have this beautiful scene of how Dave is just not ready for them, but he loves them still.
Dear fellas, I'm sorry, but this isn't really working out. I don't know what made me think I could handle you guys when I can barely manage my own life. You should go back to your real home in the forest. It's what's best for all of us. I'm sorry it has to be this way, but...
And this is another great scene where we truly see emotion, raw emotion of chipmunks that are not even yours, but you already feel like a father figure after one day. So then we have the death.
Welcome to your new home.
Once the chipmunks reach Ian's house and they start living with Ian, they start to see that, oh, this is not life and potatoes right here. This is cutthroat business, alright? This is Gordon Ramsay style. They're working their butts off every day. They go through the sick montage of a sick song, I must say. I loved this song as a kid. And eventually they realize, I don't think Ian likes us as much as Dave really liked us. Like, Dave really loved us, which is beautiful. But they're also getting lied to. Oh, Dave isn't coming to your shows because Dave doesn't feel like it's important enough.
Dave doesn't even want us.
And eventually, while the chipmunks are performing, they have a revelation. A light bulb picks off.
I gotta get my boys back, but Ian's trying to keep me out.
Your boys. You're pressed, remember?
Thanks.
Let's go, pal.
I'm a photographer. I have a press pass.
And Alvin hears him through all the buzzing noise and all the people screaming somehow. Dave must have lost his lungs after that scream. But he hears them. He's like, guys, he's there. They strip down naked and they sprint. I don't know why they don't just run to Dave, but instead they just start jumping on the instruments, doing, like, messing up the whole concert. Which is kind of selfish of them, if you ask me, alright? People paid at least $100 to get in that concert, for sure. And then we get to the atonement, and they're with Dave, and they realize the errors of their ways of trusting Ian. And then finally they return back home with Dave to their loving father, who's finally ready to accept them as their own after this life-changing experience. And just like that, we get to the end of our story. If you couldn't already tell so far, this video is talking about this movie only. I am not talking about no Squeakquel. I'm not talking about no Chipwreck. Absolutely not. And I'm not talking about the Nickelodeon show. Those Alvin and Chipmunks spin-offs or whatever are trash. Absolutely horrendous garbage. Hot garbage. Hot water, hot fire, hot shower. Actually, maybe the Squeakquel is fine. Maybe the Squeakquel has some meat in it. I haven't seen the Squeakquel in forever, but the Chipwreck, I watched it once. No. We're never watching that ever again in my entire life. I'm not. Actually, give me 1,000 likes and I'll do it. Shoot, and I'm not the only one that hates the Chipwreck. Let's talk to Uncle Ian about this. Let's see what he has to say about the Chipwreck.
The Chipmunks, you said, wasn't a pleasant work. What kind of clashes do you have with the directors? Like, you didn't like.
It was only the third one.
Oh,
the third one, the first two were fine, and the third one had nothing to do with the director. There were just a handful of producers. This woman, Karen Rosenfeld, and then this other woman, I can't remember her name, but and like took measures to make my life miserable because I was contractually obligated to do it. There's no way to get out of it. And I was in pre-production on the second series of Todd Margaret. You know, I produced that as well as everything else. So 70 people, you know, who's have a job, you know, are looking to me and, you know, relying on me for a job. And then they're like, so Alvin and the Chipmunks is going to happen. I'm like, okay, well, what does that mean? And it's happened. They want you there in 2 weeks. And I, you know, like my heart started racing, like where you get kind of angry and you get a little flush and like, what?
That sounds very familiar, Ian. Maybe that sounds like something you did to the Chipmunks. So what you're telling me is the producers exploited you like the story that they created about exploiting the children in Hollywood. And speaking of exploiting these actors and musicians, this sounds a lot like what's happening in the world right now. Does it not? So basically, Alvin and the Chipmunks becomes ahead of its time. Therefore, it becomes a timeless classic. Therefore, more and more families want to watch it. It outlives its predecessors. It becomes the first of its kind. Therefore, in turn, it creates so much money. Money beyond belief. It's time to make more Alvin en la Españols.
See, you love it.
I don't know what this video was, but now that it's done, you either have two options. One, go back and rewatch the whole thing. Or two, turn on HBO Max, turn on Alvin and the Chipmunks. I just really love this movie so much. Thank you, Alvin and the Chipmunks and Dave Seville. And I guess you too, Ian. Goodbye.